Hi everyone, it's Lisa. It's been a while since I made a video. I thought I'd share with you my Criterion collection of DVDs and Blu-rays. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so I thought I had nothing better to do tonight, might as well do it tonight. So I'm going to start with the ones, I'm going to go in order, is what I'm going to do, of when I purchased them. And sometimes, I'll just tell you right now, that some of these I didn't even realize were Criterion until my niece brought them up. My niece is very into the Criterion collection, and I don't know if she's got a bigger collection than mine, I'm not sure. But she's the one that got me into that and realized I had several of these were Criterion. I had no idea. So the first one I ever had, or have, is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's one of my most favorite Terry Gilliam movies, of course, with Time Bandits and The Fisher King. If you hear weird sounds, the TV's on next room. Sorry. There's Dr. Gonzo. There's Raoul Duke or Hunter S. Thompson. It's got a booklet about the creation of the book itself, and then this being made into the movie. So there's the real Hunter S. Thompson. What in the hell are they watching in there? Sorry. I think they're watching Witchboard. Sorry. Anyways, so that's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So I didn't realize this was Criterion. It's just like, I don't know, I've just always had it. And these are the supplements. The audio commentaries are really fun, especially the one with Hunter S. Thompson. That was hilarious. Okay. Here's Yojimbo. And this is when, when Hollywood Video was going out. Hollywood is so far superior to Blockbuster to me. And this was, a whole bunch of movies were being for sale. What in the hell is going on in the next room? This is so inappropriate. Excuse me, guys. Okay. Got them to turn that off. Sorry. Like you need people screaming in the background when I'm talking about Yojimbo. But I got this from Hollywood Video when it was going out of business. It's really nothing special. There's no booklet in here or anything. It's just the DVD. Great movie though. And I got San Juro, got the sequel to it. Same thing, got it from Hollywood Video. There's no booklet in here either. Just the movie. I got this from my dad. It's one of his most favorite movies. I'm not sure, but okay, this was number 2. Yeah, this was the second movie they ever put on Criterion. I don't know what the first one was. I'm not sure. This is Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. Long goddamn movie. But Toshiro Mifune is my man. Nah, just kidding. He's one of my favorites actors ever. He's the Clint Eastwood of Japan. Well, he was. He's amazing. He's been in a lot of Kurosawa movies. It's obviously Mifune. It's a great movie. Legendary. Then I got Wise Blood. See, I didn't realize this was a Criterion. I was just adding to my Brad Dourif collection. Brad Dourif is my most favorite actor ever. He's very underrated. It's a little booklet in there, and it has a little thing where Flannery O'Connor, she's the one who wrote the book, she's reading a book to, I think to a college or something. I'm not sure. It's only audio, but it's really funny what she was reading. This is his Wise Blood. See, Brad Dourif is the credits of the movie. Brad Dourif is one of the most underrated actors in the world. It's disgusting. He did this shortly after One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It has Ned Beatty in the movie, Harry Dean Stanton, Amy Wright, John Huston has a little small cameo. This guy always looks the same age. He's great. It's Amy Wright. It just talks about the creation of the movie and adaptation from Flannery O'Connor's book. And there's Ned Beatty. He's another very underrated actor as well. Just a little small booklet. Great movie. Great collection to my Brad Dourif collection. The next one is a controversial kind of movie. Well, the one after this one certainly is. But this is If. This is one of Malcolm McDowell's very first movie. It comes in black and white and color. And this is basically about the school. I don't know if they're like, I'm not too familiar with England schools, or like they call boarding schools, or I'm not sure. The school for boys. And it kind of touches on taboos about how authorities in schools feel it's okay that they can harass and abuse, even molest their students. There's not really molesting going on in this movie, but there is abuse. Just giving you a heads up. There's him, McDowell and his friends. Plays a character named Mick Travis. And there's 2 other movies by the same director with Malcolm McDowell, who plays the same character in these other 2 movies. And one called Oh Lucky Man, and the other one's called Britannia Hospital, I believe. And they're really good, but I don't own those, unfortunately. And it talks about Lindsay Anderson and making the movie and casting, and this scene is very pivotal in the film. There's them at the dinner table. How it came to come together, and this is a shot from the last part of the movie. That's Lindsay Anderson right there. And this is really cute. This has really old reviews of the movie. This side is the very negative reviews they got. And this is the really positive reviews they got. This is which side will you be on? I'm definitely on the positive, because this movie, I don't know, people get their panties in a twist about the dumbest stuff, but this movie's great. Well, you know, there's characters in the movie. I can't... Oh, yes, I do remember that. I was going to say I didn't remember what they called the underfreshmen, or the newer students. They called them scum. And there's a group of boys, older boys, that go to the school, and they're called whips. And they're like, they have more authority than the others, and they can push around people. They can use one of the younger kids just like as their servant and stuff. And they also have the right to punish people by whipping them, which is disgusting. But this movie is just amazing. It's beautiful. I mean, look how young Malcolm McDowell is. I think this is 1969. Great film. And in the let me see here. The transfer is just gorgeous. So give this a try. Look it up. Now, this might be controversial. This is one of my most favorite movies ever, Harold and Maude. A film by Hal Ashby. That's Bud Cort, and this is Ruth Gordon. I don't know if anyone really knows Bud Cort too well. Besides this, he was in MASH. I mean, he was in Team Sisu, The Life Aquatic. I'm sorry. He hasn't really done much, because in the 70s, he was in a really bad car accident. It really, really destroyed his facial structure, and he wasted all his not wasted, but he used all of his money to reconstruct his face, and so he lost out on a lot of roles. And it's really sad, because he's a great actor. And this is, of course, Ruth Gordon. People don't know her, just watch Rosemary's Baby. She's done much more than that, but that's what I remember her most for, is that movie. She won an Oscar for that movie. Rosemary's Baby, that is. This is such a, just love this movie. It's definitely a dark comedy, and it's definitely a cult classic. The Ring, Maude loves Harold, Harold loves Maude. Yes, it is a romantic comedy. Yes, an older lady and a young boy. Well, he's like 20, I think, but I love the drawings they did for this booklet. Now, when I say controversial, because I'm not sure how I'm supposed to be talking about this. You're not supposed to say certain words. How do I explain this? Harold, he does not get attention from his mother. His mother is very shut off from him. The only time he got any kind of reaction from his mother was when she thought he died in a school accident. And ever since then, he puts on these elaborate unaliving himself kind of stuff to get her attention. He doesn't really do it, but then he tries to get her attention. And it's also at the most random moments in the film, too. There's a little story. There's a little interview with Bud Cort. Or maybe that's another story. Sorry, here we go. Here's the interview with Bud Cort. It's a really interesting read. It's a banjo. The ring. Colin Higgins is the one who wrote the story. Talks about the transfer. And that's the last shot of the movie. It's really cute. So that's Harold and Maude. Please don't take this down because I'm talking about those kind of elements. It's a dark comedy. It is meant to be a comedy. Okay, it's just give it a try. So that's Harold and Maude. And then I got Twin Peaks. Fire Walk with Me. I'm a huge David Lynch fan. And David Lynch apparently has a lot of movies. Almost all of his movies on Criterion. This is the only one I own, dang it. Blue Velvet's my most favorite one. I mean, I own that, but I don't have it Criterion. And Elephant Man, and Mulholland Drive, and Lost Highway, Eraserhead, all pretty much, Wild at Heart. They got a lot of his movies on here. This is the only one I own, unfortunately. I want more. So this is Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me. This is the movie based on the television show he had. There's some deleted alternate scenes, interviews. It's just the DVDs. Sort of necklace. If you don't know what this show is about, if you're not aware of the television show Twin Peaks, it's about the finding of this young woman's body in the water. Her name is Laura Palmer, and they're trying to find out who unalived her. And by the second season, so the second season was the last season, and then he had like a limited edition season like a couple years ago, but it was because he was facing, and correct me if I'm wrong, he was facing people saying, listen, you gotta just tell people, you gotta say who's the one that took her life. You gotta do it because this is going on and on. And for him to appease people, he made Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. This is about before, I think a couple of days before she passes away, and who did it. So I don't think he necessarily wanted to make this movie, but I'm glad he did. I love this movie. Then again, I love all things with David Lynch. There he is. Which talks about making this into a movie and about the TV show and the characters. Oops. Weird characters. Yeah, she changed. The TV show that she's played by, what the heck was her name? Oh no, that's gonna bug me. Laura Flynn Boyle plays this character in the TV show. This is Maura Kelly, which I really liked her. I think she did a good job in this. Yeesh. Let me see. Can I see more about this? It's just good. It still sticks with the atmosphere that he started in the television show Twin Peaks. So it's not really that different. It's just like a prequel to Twin Peaks. Like what happened to her and who did it. Give it a try. Okay, now I got The Breakfast Club. Now let me explain. I, as a younger kid, couldn't stand this movie. I thought about a bunch of kids just sitting around bitching about their lives. I mean, that is what it is, but it's so much more now. As I'm older and I watch it, I'm like, yeah, it's so much more than that. But the main reason I wanted this so bad was right here. Never before seen deleted and extended scenes. That was fun, man. I loved it. Really cool scenes with these characters. That's a famous picture. Talks about the making of it. There's, I don't really want to spoil a lot because you really need to get this and really check it out because it's so great. There's a scene with Allison and Claire that explains a lot more because a lot of people think that she sells out in the end of the movie, and some people might think that. I don't think she does. I think she just lets Claire do something nice for her. You know, she doesn't want people ever to do anything for her. And letting Claire do something nice for her, you know, that's what I think it was really about, to make herself feel better about herself. It's a cute scene, and there's more scenes with these two. And I'm trying to remember. There was one scene where she cut a scene where she imagines them in like various costumes and stuff. That wasn't a filmed scene, it was just an idea they had, so that's not in there. If that's what people are like, well, what's that scene? It's not in here. This kind of is also a great alternate take on the ending, which I really like. So it's The Breakfast Club. This is Lady Snowblood. I got this in part 2 as well. I got this for Christmas 2 years ago. I'm so happy. I've been wanting this for so long. So part 1 and part 2. There's really not much of special editions, but it looks great on screen. Both movies are in one disc. This is not a booklet. I mean, it talks about it, about the creation of it. Sorry, my camera's not so good for you to see the whole thing, but the back is just, it's like a poster. See? It's like a little poster of Lady Snowblood. Now let's see if I can get this back in there right. Oh, good. It's Japanese, by the way, if you didn't know. Great film. Another Japanese film, Akira Kurosawa's Rashomon. 1950, black and white. Wow. It's such a great movie. I'm always saying that's a great movie. It's a great movie. But they are, man. I'm really picky about, ever since I got knowledge of the Criterion collection, I get really picky about the ones I got. Especially the newest ones I got, the ones I just pined for. So it's a booklet about the cast and some drawings. And it talks about the effect that this movie had on moviegoers. And Kurosawa's thoughts on the movie. Goes into great detail. I haven't fully read it. And the sources and what's their inspiration beyond for the movie. The testimony of a woodcutter. Testimony of the traveling Buddhist. Testimony of a policeman. Testimony of an old woman. His confession. It's just really, there's a lot of knowledge about it. Talks about the transfer. The transfer looks great. That's Rashomon. Got the piano. It's a lot of good special features, a lot of interviews and some behind the scenes, and Holly Hunter won the Oscar for this movie, as well as Anna Paquin did for Best Supporting Actress. If you don't know who Anna Paquin is, well, that's her right there. But if you've seen True Blood, she's Sookie Stackhouse. But this was her first movie, Anna Paquin, and she won an Oscar for it. So it's just talking about what she got, the director, Jane Campion, she also wrote it, and what ideas she got and how she thought she wanted to make this into a movie, and the casting. Beautiful cinematography of this movie. I love it. So it's the piano. The Fisher King. Oh, I love this movie. Oh, this is one of my favorite performances by Robin Williams. It's got interviews, some old interviews of Robin Williams. There's a little, let me see, what was that? Kind of like a little footage from Jeff Bridges, how he trained to be a radio personality, and how he felt doing this movie, and how, if he had fun doing this movie, which he said he did. See, there's him. It's like a little poster. There's Robin Williams as Perry. There's Jeff Bridges as Jack. And it just, I kind of hate that they do this because I can't show you the whole thing. I have limited space on my camera. I'm sorry. And it just talks about how, you know, he came to direct this. Terry Gilliam directed this. You can definitely tell it's a Terry Gilliam film. It's a lot more serious than most of his films he's made, but it's just wonderful. So that's The Fisher King. Now, this is my brand newest one. I wanted this one for so many years. It's possibly one of my most favorite movies in the whole world. It's 12 Angry Men. I have watched this probably like 6 times already. I love this movie. It's just like a perfect movie all the way from start to the finish. It's like these little interviews are very short. They don't last long. So it wasn't anything that special when it comes to special features. But the movie is what I want, so I love the movie. Just the chapters. And these are all the jurors. And Sidney Lumet, and asking him like how he wanted to put this to the screen, and he said it was easier than people think it was. How all this was done in like one room. And I was talking to my niece the other day, like I lost count how many times people smoked in this movie. And I also was, there's the holdout, and I was saying like, I wonder how it smells in that room. Their BO and they're smoking. So that's the 12 Angry Men. This is my collection of, Criterion, almost dropped something, sorry. Criterion. And I'd really like to know what your collections are. What do you got on your collection? Do you even know you got a Criterion collection? Just check it out. You'll have this little bar down here. It'll say Criterion Collection, this big C up here. Check that out. Just look in your movie filmography if you got any of these. Just really check them out. I'm curious what you guys have on your Criterion collection. That's my Criterion collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.